Din-in-it. Breaking news. Breaking news. Trump imposes 25% tariffs on imported car parts and imported cars. So what does that mean for the market, right? What does that necessarily mean? So, as you know, or as you may or may not know, unless you've been living under a rock, I'm assuming you know there's been some trade talks. There's been some tariff talk between the U.S. and other countries, especially your guy Big T, man. He wants to show he's a big baller. So, just a lot of going back and forth. But this 25% tariff on imported car parts and just cars in general, I think will have a huge impact, or not a huge, but a large impact on what's going on in the market today. So, for example, right, you would think like companies like Toyota, Honda, BMW, all those foreign cars, you would think it would impact just those. But what I realized as I took a deeper dive into what's actually going on, a lot of the American car companies, you would think a lot of American cars, like the stock price would increase somewhat. But I didn't realize a lot of these American car companies actually import a lot of their car parts from other countries. So you can see, like, news came out yesterday. My boy actually texted me like, yo, you heard the news, 25% on imported cars, car parts, whatever. He texted me. I was like, nah, because I was working. And I took a look. And this probably plays into the fact that why this dropped down so much. This is Ford right now. It dropped, let's see, what is the percent here? From aftermarket hours, it dropped about 6%, right? So you would think it would only affect the foreign cars, like the Toyotas, Hondas, but it's actually going to affect the American cars as well. And I mean, we're down 3%. Let's try General Motors. Like, these are just the basic, you know what I'm saying? Down 7%. You can see this huge drop off. And let's try Tesla. Tesla is a little different because it doesn't import as many of its car parts from other countries. So it should have less of an impact. And yeah, Tesla is up 2%, nearly 2%. You could see aftermarket hours, it fucking jumped. What is this? 2.5%. So Big T imposed his 25% tariffs on imported cars to the U.S. Cool. You know for a fact other countries like China, Japan, wherever, if you're a car guy, Germany, you know cars come from everywhere. You know for damn sure those countries are going to retaliate, being like, who do the U.S. think they are? What are they doing right now? They're going to have their own set of tariffs on car parts, car imports to their country. They're going to have their own set of things going on. So there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of tension, I would say, between us and just other countries, just between this trade war. And the market is taking that into account. Let's open up QQQ here. That's pretty much, it's an ETF that follows the NASDAQ. I like to follow this because it just gives us a little taste of what's going on. I mean, as you can see, we're down 10% over the last, I don't know, a month or so. And then we're finally making a pullback, or trending up to the upsides, making lower highs, or higher lows, I should say, and higher highs. So there is a lot of uncertainty there. And I think we potentially could drop even lower than this low of 465. That's my personal opinion. There's so much uncertainty right now, so much uncertainty between this trade war, tariff war, whatever you want to call it. But you know what I'm certain of? I'm certain of one thing. One thing, my baby NVIDIA. That's what I'm certain. So I had a little play that I called out yesterday in my previous video. So let's go to the 1 hour. So I drew a resistance and support right here. We've been trading between this general 115 to 120 range for the past week or so. And I mentioned if it drops below the 114 support, we have, what is this pullback potential here? We have a lot of pullback potential, about 9%, right? I took a trade today. Let's open the 1 minute so you can see a little bit clearer. But with this tariff news, just market uncertainty, in my mind, I'm just thinking bearish. That's typically, you can call me a bear, right? I'm always thinking, all right, bearish. So we have this candle up, candle down. I purchased right here, purchased a put, rode down to about 111. So about 50 cent, 60 cent pullback. Made, keep you guys updated for those of you who care, made $20, which is, let's see, percentage wise on the account, which is 3.45%. So I'm growing this, for those of you who've been paying attention, I'm growing this account from 300 to 1,000. So we're currently at 617. So we're more than double the account, so which is cool, lovely. Let me get back to, there's a lot of uncertainty here. We don't know where markets are going. No one ever knows where markets are going. But the 25% tariffs that I mentioned will have some sort of impact in affecting the automotive industry, causing cars, car parts, whatever, to cost more. People will have less money to spend elsewhere. So that can not only affect the automotive industry, automotive stocks, that can also affect the discretionary stocks as like Amazon. When people have extra money, what do they buy? Crypto. They buy things on Amazon. They buy nonsense because they have extra money. So it's also going to have an influence on those type of stocks like Best Buy, Amazon, things of that nature, things, crypto, Bitcoin. So who knows where markets are going? But Big T's making big moves apparently. So we'll see what country retaliates next, and then we'll go from there. But I just wanted to keep you an update. Once I grow this account from 300 to 1,000, I'll be doing a challenge from 3,000 to 10,000. So stay tuned, and I hope I provided some value. If so, stay along for the journey. But peace.